Okay everybody, getting a bit more stuff ready for cutting hay. So got the New Holland 96 slasher out today. I'm going to go over that. Got to do a little repair job on one of the paddles for it. I think Dad's going to sharpen the blades as well. Check the gearbox oils and give it a grease. And we'll probably hook the John Deere up to a bit later on and just make sure she's going to work off it, because we haven't had anything hooked up to the PDO on the John Deere since we bought it. So we'll suss that out. Also, we've got to have a look at this baler. Just give it a check over, make sure everything's working. We also got to work out why the string feeder's not working. When I hooked up to the Anderson plug the other day, it wasn't working, so clear all the stuff out of the way of it, and then yeah, we'll have to hook that up and suss it out as well. But we'll worry about the slasher first, and then we'll get around to the baler later on. And I think we've got to bring some sheep in at some point today as well, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so under each of these covers along the top of the slasher, under the round ones there is the dipstick for the gearboxes, and under these oval type ones, that's a little inspection plate you can get to, so you can get to the shear bolts on the drive shafts, so when they snap you can replace them relatively easy. So 3 gearboxes in total, so I'm going to go along and just check the oil levels in them are all good and top them up if need be. Yeah, a little heaps of. Pulled the second inspection plate off. There's grease nipples on the drive shaft as well, so I've got to do 2 of them. Okay, just finished greasing it up, checked the oils, so everything's all nice and greased. All the oils are full where they should be, so that's good. There's no leaks, I don't think, so that's a good thing. We had to do a gearbox seal, I think it was the year before last. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the ass to pull the whole gearbox out and a bit of a bugger around. So that's all good. So what's going on in the shed is, got this panel off. We rebuilt these panels last year, and what they do is they direct where your cut grass goes or your hay. So 2 of them. So you got this one, and then there's one on the slasher, and they're adjustable on angle. So these holes here, and they pivot, and they will shoot out. They'll make you a row of hay where you want it to go. But in doing that though, they cop a lot of abuse. Like sometimes if you hit a rock, it'll shoot out, and you'll get what we have here, where it's like blown a hole and busted this out. And we repaired these last year. We did all the frame and put new tin on. So Dad's fixing that one up. He's just gone up to the house to get his glasses. Yeah, so he's gonna try and get all that nice and welded back together and fix that hole, I think, make it a bit stronger. And we have to be careful at the same time that we don't enlarge it too much, because the blades will hit on it when they're rotating. You'll get a knock sound and create sparks, which isn't ideal, especially cutting hay in dry weather. So yeah, when he gets back, we'll show you what he's doing. And then once he gets this prepared, put that back on, and he will probably sharpen the blades, and then that'll be done. So hopefully it doesn't take too much longer.
Just bang this bit of angle on there, because that'll be on the outside.
Alright, so Dad just finished mounting up this paddle, and he just he's finished the repair on it, and he was just making sure that blades weren't going to hit. So what he's going to do is hook the PDO up, and we'll run the slasher and just make sure that none of the blades hit on those paddles, and if they do, yeah, we'll just may have to make some modification, but see what happens. Okay, Dad just finished making a few more adjustments to that slasher, so that's pretty much ready to rock and roll. So now we're just going to head out and round up a mob of sheep, because we're marking some lambs tomorrow. So we're going to both just run out there, bring them sheep in, and then yeah, we might jump onto the slasher, the baler, sorry, and see if we can work that one out. Alright, so I just finished bringing those sheep in. GoPro battery died, of course, so you didn't get to see any of that. And I think now we're going to chuck them in the yards maybe, and then we'll get back to working on the machines. So I think we're going to look at the baler next. Back again, everybody. So we finished up yesterday. We're having a look at the baler, look at the motor for the string feeder. Yeah, we ended up getting it working. Must have a dodgy connection in the little regulator box for it. So it seems to be working there at the moment. So we're going to put it back together today. I'll put the box back on, we'll hook it up to the tractor and see if it still works. Yeah, this morning we've just been marking lambs, and we drenched a few sheep as well, so we've just finished up that. So once we get that back together, we'll hook it up to the tractor and we'll pull it out, get it running, probably give all the chains oil up, open it up, just make sure everything's all good, give it a grease and just check everything out. And then yeah, we'll be ready to start baling, we'll cut and hay pretty much from there, everything will be ready to go. Alrighty, just finished greasing it. We've checked all the chains, made sure they're all on there still, and checked all the sprockets. They're all looking pretty good. Checked the diff oil, or the gearbox oil as you were saying. Ran the string through the string feeder. Tightened up a few loose bolts that were on the body, a couple of panels, so they're all tight now. And we also had to adjust the drawbar up here. This is on a bit of a funny angle for on the Massey Ferguson because the drawbar on there sits lower, so it was on an angle sort of like that. So we just adjusted it like that. So now the baler's ready to go, so me and Dad are about to go out and check the first paddock of hay we're going to cut, because we might start that tomorrow. So we'll go out and check that out and then probably finish the video up. Just come out to our largest paddock at the farm, the 80 paddock at the front. It's been put into hay this year and we haven't had really much to do with it because we've leased it out to two blokes in the area that lease out quite a lot of land, Jamie and Simon. Simon's currently out there at the moment spraying some Roundup on it. Jamie, you may have seen in another video from late last year, or was it earlier this year, can't really remember. He brought the truck out, we moved a bit of grain. So yeah, they've leased this 80 acres office and they've put hay into it, and we'll just be splitting that half. So he's out there at the moment. He intends on getting out there midweek this week to try and cut it. So he's putting a Roundup on there. He's going to try and knock out any regrowth that'll come up when they cut it. That'll stop them picking up any sort of regrowth, the green shoots or anything with their hay, which will put like a lot of green stuff in with it. So he's going to spray this, and that'll lock in the nutrients of all the stuff that is alive, and that'll make sure that any weeds and whatnot we don't want there, they'll all die, and that we won't have any problems with them growing back up once it's been cut and coming into like next year. There'll be hopefully not so many weeds. So he's out there at the moment spraying that. So I'll get a little bit of footage of him going around, and then yeah, me and Dad will try and get out to that other paddock and have a look at that hay. Right, just got back in from just having a look what Simon was up to out in the front paddock. Not going to go have a look at that paddock now. Dad has changed his mind. He doesn't want to go have a look. But we will be out there tomorrow morning because we're just going to start cutting it. But I'll show you. I'll get Dad out there. We'll have a look. Some areas around the outsides have grown a lot higher than others. In the middle, it's still quite low. It's still coming up. But I think we're just going to make the move and start cutting. So, but I'll get Dad to explain a little bit more about that, and yeah, we'll go from there. So in the next video you will be seeing us finally making some hay, and then she should be all go from there. So I'll thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.